I've had the time of my life. Yes, speech sounds are more fun than before. Yes, I swear it's the truth. And I do it all for you. Yes, I've had the time of my life. And I do it all for you. We've been learning for so long, now we're finally on the last sound buddies. And our sounds, we've learned them all, and you know how to use them. Wait and see. Now with the fingers on our hands, we know how to cue our kids so they can speak. So just take your little hand and teach those sounds you know with fluency. Just remember, use just one finger for a voiceless sound. Then you add the second for a voiced sound, and know I've had the time of my life. Yes, speech sounds are more fun than before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I do it all for you. With our hands and our mouths, we teach the sounds that every kid can know. So just give it a go. Don't be afraid that you'll lose control. Oh. You'll have a bounce in your walk when you say, my child can talk. Just remember, use just one finger for the voiceless sound. Then you add the second for a voiced sound, and know I've had the time of my life. Yes, speech sounds are more fun than before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I do it all for you. Yes, I've had the time of my life, teaching you every single sound. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I do it all for you. Woo! Oh, hello, everybody. It's Rebecca Robbins from Mindshaper SLP coming live to bring you our last sound series video, which is why I chose the I've had the time of my life song to introduce this video, because I truly have had so much fun bringing these sound series videos to you all, and the songs in the beginning have just taken on a life of their own, and I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have enjoyed making them for you. Before we dive into today's sound, which is actually a set of sound buddies, we're going to do our last set of sound buddies. It's the TH sound, actually. And yes, TH sounds like one sound, but I will explain why it's actually a sound buddy in just a minute. But before I get into that, I just wanted to make a special announcement to make sure you all know that if you love these sound series videos, don't worry, they are not going away. I'm actually creating a Your Child Can Say Sounds kit. We're going to have 3 different kits for each of the levels of sounds, so that you can actually take these sound series videos plus a bunch of other tools to help your child learn how to talk right at home. So you're going to get the whole library of the sound series videos right in one easy to find place, for your convenience. And along with that, you're going to get all the sound picture cues that I refer to that are from my Nonverbal No More program. And you're also going to get the vowel puppets that go with those sound cues. And then you're also going to get a bunch of added bonuses like how to cue syllables and videos of me showing you how to cue those syllables and flashcards to use for your home speech practice. So that's coming at you very soon. We're releasing a special pre-order sale for Black Friday. I thought I said it wrong for a minute. For Black Friday, that will be at an introductory pricing. So that will be only offered for a limited time. If you want to be in the know when these are released, go to bit.ly/email me SLP and get on my mailing list. And that's the best way to be first to know when I release the Your Child Can Say Sounds kits. But for today, let's go ahead and jump right on in to our last set of sound buddies, the TH sound. So the reason why I say the TH sound is a sound buddy is because there is a voiced and voiceless TH sound. So if you see in the writing of this post, I ask you to try out to say 2 words. I ask you to say the word think. So go ahead, say think, and think about how your tongue feels when you say the TH and think. Now say that, think, that. Do you feel the difference? So for when we say that, your tongue is vibrating. And when we say think, it is not. That is why the TH sound is a sound buddy, because sometimes it is voiced and sometimes it is voiceless, just like all of our sound buddies. Everything else is the same, except sometimes it's voiced and sometimes it's not. So let me show you what the hand cue is for the TH sound. So basically, you're going to point to your tongue that's pushing between your teeth. And if you need to, you can also prompt your child to kind of push the lip down a little bit, because a common substitution for this sound is the F sound. So if the child is pulling down on that bottom lip, it's going to be a lot harder for that lip to get up under the teeth. And so it looks like this. So that's for the voiceless TH, and we call that the leaky air sound. Because if you think about it, it kind of sounds like air leaking out of a tube or air leaking out of a float or a balloon, right? For the voice TH, it's going to be 2 fingers, because like our song said, we use 2 fingers for voice. And same thing, you're going to point to your tongue while putting a little bit of pressure on that lower lip. Now, let me just stop for a second and say there are some cultural dialects that it is part of their language and part of their cultural dialects to say the F sound or the V sound for the TH sound. And if that's the case for your child and your culture, then this is not a sound that you're going to correct. But if it's not, and you're in your language and in your culture, you do say the TH sound, this would be how you would cue it. So we have the leaky air sound, and the razor sound is the voiced one. Because if you think about it, it kind of sounds like an electric razor. So some of the prompts that I use with my kids when I'm working on this sound with them is I will tell them to put their tongue between their teeth. And then, so I have them do that first, and then I'll tell them to blow. So do it as a 2-step process. Put your tongue between your teeth, now blow. Right, just like that. And then you can also say bite your tongue and blow. Or you can tell them use your tongue. These are all phrases I use with my students when I'm teaching them this sound. What's important to know about this sound, once again, like all the advanced consonant sounds, if your child is working on this sound, they are probably pretty verbal. And this is a high level sound. Not only is it late to develop in a child's speech, and we don't really begin targeting it too aggressively in therapy until a child is about 7 or 8, but it is an advanced sound. So when your child is working on it, chances are they have a higher capacity for language understanding. So you can use these verbal cues such as bite your tongue and blow, put your tongue between your teeth, low, and your child is most likely at a level that they can understand these types of verbal cues at that point when we're working on this level of a sound. Some activities that, before we get into activities, let's talk about what are some common errors and substitutions and how we can use these common errors and substitutions I got distracted by a comment, sorry, how we can use these common error and substitutions for our kiddos that aren't in the advanced consonant sound stage yet. All right. So the most common substitution for the voiceless TH is the F sound. So think might sound like think. Tooth might be tooth. For the voiced TH, it becomes a V sound instead. So that might be that. Or an even more basic substitution for the voiced TH sound is a D sound. So feather might become feather, or that might become dat. And for the voiceless TH, the most basic substitution would be the T sound. So notice how we keep the voicing the same in the sounds with the error substitutions. And if your child is still working in those early developing consonant sounds, then we are going to teach them to use the T or the D sound to replace the TH. So if your child's just learning how those early developing consonant sounds for tooth, we would just have them say toot for now, toot. And that is a perfectly appropriate approximation for the word tooth. Once they get into those later developing sounds, you want to probably prompt them to say tooth, because that's a next level approximation. So do you see how it progresses through the sounds? And this is something that I will cover in the Your Child Can Say Sounds kits as well. And you're getting them in these sound series videos. Same thing with the voice TH. So if your child's in the early developing consonant sounds, you're going to prompt them to say duh. So feather might be feather, or petter, petter. If your child is petta, even more simple approximation for feather. But if your child's more in the later developing consonant sounds, that's when you want to gear more towards using the V sound as the approximation. So feather would become feather, okay? So you just kind of have to gauge which level of sounds your child is primarily functioning in, and that would be the sound substitution that you would use. So for early developing consonant sounds, it's the T sound for the voiceless TH and D for the voiced. If your child's primarily in the later developing consonant sounds, it's the F sound for the voiceless TH and the V sound for the voiced. All right. So now let's talk about some activities. You can go ahead and use some of those minimal pair games that I talked about. So you can ask your child's speech therapist, or you can buy my sound series kit, because that's going to come with some minimal pair cards. And you can, one of my favorite games to play is I have something fun that the kids love to play with. So kind of like a sensory ball here. And I'll put 2 cups. I want to make sure I'm holding this high enough so that you can see it. I'll put 2 cups out, right? And I'll hide the thing that the child wants. And then you go round and round. Of course, I'll be doing this with 2 hands, so it's a little trickier. Round and round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. And you make sure you put the target word on the cup that has the fun object underneath it. So it could be a sensory ball, it could be a piece of candy, it could be a sticker, it could be a token for a token board. But you put the sound the word that contrasts the target word. So that the contrasting word here and the target word on the cup that has the goodie underneath it. So when let's say the word is tooth, right? If your child says tooth, well, that's not a minimal pair. I'm having a hard time thinking of a minimal pair right now for TH and F. So let's just say you had think and think, and I know think isn't a minimal pair, but I'm drawing a blank right now. If your child said think, you would lift up this cup. Nope, that's not it. And then if they change it to say think, yeah, that's it. That's the word. So you pick up the whatever your child says, you honor that by picking up the cup that they say. And it really does help them realize whether or not they're saying the sound correctly. Some other activities you could do is if you have a toy with a lot of pieces or a game where they have to make choices between a lot of objects, you can be the keeper of the objects and your child is the chooser and they can point and say, that one, I want this one, I want that one. And now they're practicing saying their TH sound in a sentence to make a choice in a game. And it's very functional and in a natural context of how they would normally use the word anyway, which helps with generalization. So before I leave you and finish off our sound series, I wanted to just let you know, like I promised, 2 bonus sounds. So these are sounds that I haven't really necessarily targeted in therapy all that much over the years, but they are 2 sounds that can come up as being problematic in kids' speech once they're in this advanced consonant sound stage. And they are the sh sound, which is actually the sound buddy of shh. So it's made in the middle part of the mouth. And so it's the same cue for shh, only with 2 fingers here. So that would be the sound like measure. And we call that the sawing sound in Nonverbal No More. So you will get a sound picture cue for this sound as well in the Your Child Can Say Sounds Advanced Sound Kit. And then the last one is the sound, which is actually another nasal sound, but it's in the back here. So you actually put your thumb here, all the way in the back, the same place we cue the K and the G, all the way back here, and then 1 finger on your nose because it's a nasal sound. Remember, all nasal sounds we touch the nose for, and it's And if you can do that on your child too, you might have to flip your fingers to do it on your child's face. It'll really help your child feel that it's in the back of the mouth, that the tongue is lifting, and to get that nasal resonance happening too. So there you go. There's your 2 bonus sounds. I don't really target those formally too much in my therapy practice, but I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and showed them to you in this video. So that's it. This brings us to the end of our sound series videos. Please get on my mailing list, bit.ly/email me SLP, so you can be first to know when I release the introductory pricing of Your Child Can Say Sounds kits, which will be coming very, very soon. I'm very excited to release these to you all. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please leave some comments below. Let me know how you liked these sound series videos and what you would like to see me do more of, or what you would like to see me talk about more, and how I can most serve you. Because after all, I do it all for you, just like I said in the song. All right, take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye.